Welcome back. Just before the break, we were talking about the very interesting topic of the diaspora, the Bangladeshi diaspora, integrating into the host community, the society. We have been here for quite some time. We have made a place for our own selves and our community. We own businesses, we own societies, we have organizations, and there are presidents and secretary generals and so many. But the thing is that we are doing very well, yes, but we have to integrate how. One of the questions that we were talking about was integration, and my guests and I, we agreed that we need to take part more actively in the politics of this country. Otherwise, we will remain on the fringes. What do you think, Sos?
Yes, I fully agree with you. I can't agree more. And I think this is the only way. We should try to minimize and avoid the Bangladeshi politics in this country. We should focus on local politics, involved in local politics, involved in maintaining politics too. That's the young generation. They can take forward our NRB community and integrate more with this country to gain knowledge and taking the best out of out of here.
Yes. Well, our third and fourth generation, they have done very well. We have 3 members of the parliament. We have our presence in the House of Lords, but we want more.
Of course.
We are a small community, but we want more. We are industrious, we are hardworking, and we have made a mark on the society, but we still want more. There are thousands of organizations and thousands of presidents. We have organization for London, organization for UK, organization for Europe, organization for England and Wales and Scotland, and what have you. But at the end of the day, what is the achievement?
Organizations are actually pillar of the diaspora community all over the world. They are the one who should lead the community with a vision to find a way forward.
Right. And cooperation.
And cooperation and integrate more with the community and the leadership of the organization itself. But unfortunately, the young generation are shying away because of communities, organization are in certain level. We are failing to attract them into us, and work together.
It's our own failure.
It's our own failure, of course. It's our own failure because of their requirement, their desire, the knowledge and expertise. We fail to provide to them. That's the reason you can see very less young generation are interactive with the community activities or in the community organization. We have a more than 500 plus organization in this country. We should be more focused on how to bring young people and give them the opportunity.
We need good role models.
Yes, of course. You see, in Indian diaspora community, as after the business community coming from Uganda, they have lots of business role models to give them, and now they are actually doing excellent in this country. Bangladeshi diaspora community also need to interact more, invest more in the industrial level.
Yeah, but the leadership has to come from people like you. The NRB convention that you held recently in Bangladesh, what was the impact of that?
Impact in Bangladesh is very good, but unfortunately the Bangladesh government is moving little slow to recognizing the contribution of the diaspora. We by doing a NRB convention, we convey a message to Bangladesh government. It's time that you should recognize the contributions, and we are no longer remittance sending diaspora. We have now the knowledge base assets which could be contributed in Bangladesh. In Bangladesh currently more than 65,000 foreign CEOs are working. India's largest second largest remittance is going from Bangladesh.
Yes.
We could easily fulfill, our young generation are interested to go to Bangladesh and contribute. But now Bangladesh government is taking the reasonable step, and it was in the seminar in 13th October arranged by Finance Ministry, and they conduct a research worldwide how to attract the diaspora community more involved in Bangladesh. So they find out that 70% of the Chinese FDI was actually contributed and started by the Chinese diaspora. 65% Vietnamese and Indian diaspora contributed to Indian FDI. Today's Indian Silicon Valley in Chennai in South India, it was actually contributed by the Silicon Valley Indian diaspora community. 5,000 of the Indian diaspora IT engineers and businessmen went from USA to India and set up now the IT section. Now India is the one of the largest IT provider in the world.
Here, have you given a thought that in India they have very sophisticated training institutes like IIIT?
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Where hundreds and thousands of students take the exam and only 35 and 40 are selected, see. So they can get the cream of the cream of the creams, see. How are our universities suited for this kind of producing this kind of brain, this kind of geniuses? We have very good universities, but is there unity, is there peace and peaceful atmosphere, proper academic atmosphere to raise these children into geniuses?
Of course, we are failing in that sector, especially in education in Bangladesh. You know, UK the economy based on service industry. More than 65% of the UK economy is based on service industry.
Yes.
Is part of the education as well. Bangladesh is failing in that sector as well, because we don't have, except BUET is very much recognizable university exists in Bangladesh.
Yes.
And skill development, I can give you one example. Skill development in India. Let me take back to our curry industry.
Right.
We have 12,000 plus 4 billion worth of curry industry, but we don't have any infrastructure to produce the human resources, and that is the failure of ours. A curry industry where you need more than 175 to 200,000 people to employ every year, and neither we have any training institution here or even in Bangladesh. India produce 60% of the maritime human resources, chefs, waiters, cooks, all over the world, and they have more than 700 international standards institution to train those human resources. So we have to think strategically the advantage and disadvantage. It's really, while we met our former Prime Minister David Cameron with Mr. Anamali,
he also went to Dhaka.
Yes, and he point blankly told us, you guys depend on work permit for last 40 years, my friends.
Right.
You should open and we are not able to
you have started,
answer.
but it is only the beginning.
Yes, and so we should do it at least 20 years ago to get our human resources.
Right.
So our young generation could contribute, and because they don't see any future in the restaurant industry, so they diverted themselves. For good thing is happened that they become very highly educated, and we have more than 95,000 graduates.
That's the plus point.
Yes,
that's
the plus point. We are very happy on that.
Like, I mean, they have established training institutes, colleges for producing Indian chefs, but somehow, as you said, over 40 years, we have failed to make this profession present it as a glamorous
Yes.
job. See,
I agree.
we have unsocial hours,
Yes.
not enough pay, and I'm saying this, probably you will not agree, not enough pay. You depended too much on temporary, unskilled labor that was available easily in form of students, and today we see the result.
Yes. You see, if I give you one example, Central London, one Indian-owned restaurant
Right.
has turnover, weekly turnover, compared to whole Brick Lane, if Bangladeshi owns restaurant. It's sad. We have the capacity. We are very hard-working people. We are the
You are the pioneers.
We are the pioneers. We started this industry. Our fathers, uncles, grandfathers,
very,
they
very
work hard to build up this industry, and we fail to we are failing to carry forward their legacy. It's really sad for us.
Well, let us not shed tears and do nothing about it, but if we do something about it, yes, but then again, there's a light on the horizon. Our younger children, the boys, the girls, they have done very well.
Yes.
They are educated. Wherever you go in the banks, you go into the city, you go in hospitals, you go to the courts, you go to the banks, you find our young people
Yes.
there doing very good job, and admirably good job, and they are working there. I mean, I know your children are there, our children are there, they are working there, and this is something that
Very positive.
very positive, and for which you have worked hard. Your generation has worked hard, our generation has worked hard for this, to provide them this platform to go ahead.
Now it's their duty to carry forward, take it further, and produce the Bangladeshi diaspora community in this country
True.
in better position.
Right. Just in 1 minute, can you tell me, what do you see, I mean, in about 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, or 40 years, the Bangladeshi community, the diaspora, will it remain like this, or will it completely change?
It will completely change. It will completely change, because the way our young generation are integrating, I will feel very proud to give you the figure. The city square mile employ more than 1.4 million people and generate 43 billion pound per year per year for the government. 6% in the city's front office and back office is our Bangladeshi born children.
MashaAllah.
They are our future.
MashaAllah.
And Bangladeshi government should seek those people to take their knowledge,
Yes.
and let them help with their knowledge and expertise to contribute in the Bangladeshi
At
economy.
least use them for a month in a year, see,
Of course.
so that they can advise them what to adopt, what not to adopt. See.
Exactly.
Leave all the political inhibitions, all the differences aside, you see. Work for the country, work for the nation, because Bangladesh is our country, our nation, and we have to take it further and further and further. Thank you very much for giving us your time. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you've enjoyed the show as much as we have, and we have had a very good discussion with Mr. Bahir Ahmed. He's a well-known entrepreneur, asset manager, and businessman in the Bangladeshi community. See you again next week, same time, same channel. In the meantime, take care. Bye for now.